This video is sponsored by BuyCheapMutCoins.com. Make sure you head on over there for all your MUT coin purchases. Use code GS5 for a discount at checkout. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy GS, and today we're going to go ahead and tell you guys what's been going on in my life, what's been happening recently. I went ahead and told everybody that was around my 24-hour live stream on Saturday. So, figure I definitely just want to do a video and just let you guys know what's been going on in my life. I've never hid anything that has went on with my life, whether it's family related, whether it's love related, relationship related. You guys are somebody I feel like I can talk to, and definitely I enjoy looking at the comments and reading advice and things like that whenever life just smacks you in the face, because it always happens. No matter how good of a person you are or you think you are, life will smack you in the face sometimes, man. And sometimes you got nowhere to go to, and I always got you guys to lean on, man. So this is just another situation where I just want to get you guys involved with what's been going on in my life. So recently I definitely need to apologize for lack of content. That is my fault. And I will tell you guys why, there's been slowage on content recently. So you guys know the situation with me and my ex, not together, because, a while back when we came from Florida, we basically couldn't afford to live there anymore. And when we came back, she had took a job that I was supposed to. It's a long story, but if you guys don't know that story, then I'm sure, I don't know, you can probably find another video to figure out what happened. I've talked about it on a couple occasions, but I don't want to talk about that situation. I want to talk about the new situation. But, nonetheless, we broke up because, I broke up with her because I found out there was some guy taking her to work, picking her up, and things like that I had no idea about. And at this time, we were still together, not living together, because I came back to stay with my mother while her and my son stayed at like a one-bedroom place because we couldn't afford a place together. And, she wasn't going to stay here. Her and my mother kind of don't get along, so she wasn't going to stay here. And we just didn't have enough, to buy our own place. So, we were going to just, save up. I was going to get a job. YouTube as a full-time thing just didn't work out, and I was going to go back to working, and we were going to save up for a place and go on ahead and get ourselves a place and take it from there. But then I found out, 2 months later, while we're trying to save up and everything, there was some guy picking her up from, work and dropping her off. I had no idea who this guy was, blah, blah, blah. So, I found out, I was like, what? How you can do that to me? And, I've always been there. I've never done wrong to you. I've never disrespected you. I've never cheated on you. I've never, laid hands on you. Anything that I could do to keep you happy, I made sure it was done. At least in my eyes, that's how I felt like I did, right? And so, just like, okay, we're not going to be together. At this point, I had my son. I had Jaden at this point. And so turns out that, she ends up calling me back like, a month later, a couple weeks later, saying that, she really wants to get back together. None of that stuff really happened. And, it's just, this is older gameplay, by the way, if anybody's wondering. All that stuff never happened, that she had no way to get around, and somebody was just being friendly, picking her up, dropping her off, and things like that. But, my point, I just felt there was more going on to it. So, I was like, no, this decision I've made, I'm just going to go on ahead and move on. We're at a different place right now. I don't believe what you are telling me, and I'm just going to go on ahead and move on, and hopefully, you do the same. But at this point, again, I had my son, so I was comfortable doing that because she was planning on giving me custody of him. So fast forward, I get this YouTube's silver button, right? And this right here was a huge accomplishment to me. It was something that is still very special to me. Definitely, whether you think I have a boring life or not, it is something I'm very proud of, and it's one of the greatest achievements I've ever had in life, because a lot of work went into that, a lot of dedication, a lot of sacrifices went into me being able to get that 100,000 subscriber plaque, something that took a long time to get. And again, a lot of sacrifices, things that I've done that nobody will ever know what I had to go through to go on ahead and upload videos back when I started back in 2010. But I had a vision, I had a dream to be where it is I am today, which is be in a position to where one day I could get big enough on YouTube where I can provide for my family staying home. I can stay home with my son. And, I was working, 45 hours a week. And at this time, I wasn't a manager at Walgreens. I was a photo tech, but I was working hard. I wanted to be a manager. It's something I wanted to do. I wanted to make the extra money. I wanted the responsibility. I've been working there Lord knows how long, and it's something that I really wanted to do. And I really wanted to do YouTube. So I'm working 45 hours a week at the store, and I'm working as hard as I can to try and, bust my ass so I can get this manager position that I feel like I deserved. And, it took me like 3 years to do it at the store that, where I did finally get promoted to. But, a lot of sacrifices went into me, like I said, being in the position where I am now, where I could stay home and do everything from work. And I know how work can be. I know how tough work is. And, working retail, especially for Walgreens, I missed out on a lot of things. I missed out on my son's first steps, his first words. I talk about this all the time because I was so, overwhelmed with working and then trying to do YouTube. It was basically like 2 full-time jobs because I felt like I had what it takes. I felt like I had what it took to make it on YouTube. I felt like I had something special here. I really felt like if I stuck to it, if I dedicated my time to it, if I put all my effort into it, I really felt like I had what it took to make a name for myself in the Madden community. And on top of that, I'm trying to make a name for myself as a manager. So I'm working like crazy, when I'm at work, when I'm not at work. But, my wife at the time, she did a lot of sacrificing too with me. So when I got that subscriber button, if you notice that video where I unveiled it, you notice there's a little small editing part because I kind of broke down a little bit at the time where I didn't show in the video. But I kind of caught myself thinking, I started talking about the sacrifices that I made and what it took to get that. And I was going to go on ahead and, thank her, but I had to stop myself from doing that, and I didn't. But I remember having a conversation vividly with her. I remember sitting her down. She was pregnant with my son at the time. And why is this playing slow-mo? What happened here? We get a broken tackle. Oh, yeah, broken tackle to keep me beyond the first down marker. Jeez. Excuse me. I remember sitting her down. She's pregnant with my son. And I tell her, I want to do YouTube. I really want to put my all into it. It's going to need a lot of sacrifices from me. It's going to need a lot of sacrifices from you. But I believe I have what it takes to become something special. It's going to take a lot of money for me to upgrade my computer, upgrade my consoles, upgrade my recording equipment, upgrade my microphones, get the newest games that come out. It's going to take a lot of... Look at this play right here. It's going to up... That right there lost me the game. It's going to take a lot of time because I'm going to need to put a lot of effort into it. So that means when I come home from work, I'm really going to need you to allow me to do this. I'm going to need you to basically hold everything down while I am attempting this. She had her own son. So, anything, and he was young too. So anything that he needs or anything like that, I would need you to handle more responsibility on that end so I can handle more responsibility on YouTube end. Because again, I told her this is something I really think I could make something of. I just have a gut feeling that I could become something special with this. And we had a long conversation. She didn't want me to do it because she's like, there's no way. I want to spend time with you. I want to be able to do this. And I told her, I really, really need you to support me with this. I truly believe that if I do this right, maybe I could be one of the lucky ones to stay home and be with you guys every day instead of going to work and just, be extremely fortunate and grow and make money or make close to the same amount where I'm on YouTube and I don't have to work and I can just spend my time with you guys. I don't like, at the time my son wasn't born, but it's like I don't like being away from you. My son is gonna be born, and I'm gonna want to be home with him. As any parent should be. You know what I mean? So shout out to anybody who has like a new kid. You got to go out. You got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? You got to go out and provide. I was one of the fortunate ones to get lucky on YouTube and make revenue close to what I was making at Walgreens. So it allowed me to go full time. But I understand what it's like having a newborn child and not being able to go. The day my son was born, I had off, but I had to fight for that day off. The next day I had to go into work, and it was frustrating, but it took a lot of sacrificing on her end to allow me to do that. She supported me 110%. She's like, you know what? If you think you can make something of it, I'm gonna support you. And it included me spending a lot of money on equipment. It included me spending a lot of time doing it, and that's something I'll never forget. So when I got that plaque, it really made me think about her a lot. It made me miss her, and made me understand that I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for her, because she backed me up 110%. She believed in me when nobody would. She gave me the confidence to do it. She gave me the will and the desire to go on ahead and continue to post videos when nobody would watch it, when nobody would like it, when nobody would comment. She would still be there telling me not to give up. Keep doing it. If you believe it, then I want you to keep going. You don't do it half-assed. You do it until you are satisfied with what the result is. Don't give up. You uploaded a video, you have 11 views. So what? You do another one, you'll get more views tomorrow. And she really backed me up, and it's something I'll never forget. So when I got that plaque, I really, really, really started to miss her a lot, and I really started to think about her. And at this time, this is maybe like 2 months ago when I got that plaque. She's in a relationship with somebody. So I'm like, well, that's over. As much as I'm thinking about her and things like that, as much as I miss her right now, nothing I could do. She's in a relationship. So at this point, I'm just playing random gameplay. So don't worry about what you're looking at the screen. So, at this point, her son's birthday, who was staying in Florida with her mother, was coming up in October 18th. So she called me, and she's like, hey, do you have any money where we can send them? Do you have maybe like $100 where we can give them, and we can say it's from us? And I'm like, absolutely. So she's like, let me ask my boyfriend if he can take me over there so I can get the money. So she hangs up. She calls like 3 minutes later, and she's like, okay, we're gonna head on over there. Put the money in the mailbox. At this time, my son is still with me, Jaden, and she doesn't like seeing him, because when he sees her, he like kind of freaks out, because he doesn't see her often, and she kind of wants to avoid that because she doesn't like to see him cry, because when he sees her and then he has to come back here and she leaves, he cries. He wants his mother. So she's like, just put the money in the mailbox. And I'm like, and I remember it. I'm like, so you asked him, he said he'll take you? And she's like, yeah. I was like, you have such a nice guy. I'm glad that you have a nice guy. And I remember saying, if he ever does anything wrong to you, if you ever call me crying, I'm going to scoop you back up. You make sure you tell him that. And I remember she told me, I'm going to hold you to that. And she called me about 45 seconds later after we hung up. She's like, I just want to tell you that I love you. And she said it in kind of like a whisper way, like she was hiding it, that she obviously didn't want her boyfriend to hear it. But fast forward, I end up, YouTube has been a blessing to me. I can't lie and say that it hasn't been. You guys have changed. I always say this, guys. You guys have impacted my life more than you guys would ever know. And I've gotten to a point where I really think I can possibly start saving up. And if I do the right things with my money, I can possibly buy a home within the next few years. And that right there is a life accomplishment to me. Being born and raised with nothing, being born in an apartment, and again, I know this isn't special. I know most of you guys listening to this video now probably live in an apartment, probably don't have a father there. You probably just, live with your mother, and she's working hard to provide everything for you, and you don't have that father figure. And I'm just like you. If you have both parents and you live in a home, that's beautiful. Congratulations. I wish I had it. But unfortunately I did not, and I never thought I could be in a position to save up and get a home. Now it's 2 years away from now, possibly, but I'm in a position where, I think if I save up right and do right things with my money, I think I could save up and buy a home. And this is a dream to me. You guys have no idea. I'm trying to fight back being emotional here, but I got real emotional during my 24-hour stream. Real emotional, because this is something that I never thought would happen. You guys have no idea on what it is I wanted in life. I remember telling myself, if I ever got myself a house, I made it. Can't nobody tell me nothing. If I ever got myself a house, I made it. I'm successful at life. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me my life sucks. You can't tell me I'm a loser. You can't tell me nothing. I've been raised in a small apartment my entire life. The day I get myself a house is the day I feel like I've succeeded at life. And I think it's a realistic possibility. I'm trying not to get emotional, so hold on one second. I always get emotional whenever I just think about, life goals being accomplished because, again, I was, born and raised without much, and I value these things. I cherish being able to possibly put my son in a home, something that wasn't given to me because my mother didn't have the opportunity to. And I know this opportunity has come to me because of what you guys have done for me. So that's why I'll always be thankful for you guys. Whether this dream of me staying home and making videos ends tomorrow, I will never be sad. I've lived a dream of mine, making money, playing games and making videos is something I never thought I'd be able to do. So everything I love about my son's life, my son's life be taken away if I am lying. If it could be taken away from me tomorrow, I would not be upset. I have lived a dream of mine for a year, and I will be thankful. I would go back to work as most people do, and I would just be thankful for the opportunity that you guys have given me. And, so I remember I sent her an email, and I'm like, you know what? I really think about getting a home in the next few years. And I remember telling her, I don't want to do it without you. I need you to be there with me. I don't want somebody else filling the role of his mother. I don't want to, go house shopping with another girl. I want it to be you. I want you to be in my life. I want you to be in, Jaden's life as you should be. And I want to go on ahead and go house shopping with you. I want to do this with you. We started this together, and I don't want to finish it without you. And I didn't get no response. So I remember a good 2 weeks goes by, and I get a call from the hospital, right? And I never pick up calls that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm in a hospital. Who called me from the hospital? So I pick up, and it's her. And she lets me know that she was in a bad car accident 6-7 months ago, and she's having seizures and things like that. So she lets me know that she's doing pretty bad. She has some seizures. She's in the hospital and things like that. So after talking for a little bit, are you okay? How's everything? Things like that. I said, yo, I know you got that email that I sent you like 2 weeks ago. What's up? You just gonna act like you ain't get it? She's like, no, I got it. Well, actually, he got it. I'm like, what do you mean he got it? And she like, he reads my emails. I'm like, what? Why would he read? What do you mean he read? What do you mean he reads your emails? And she's basically like, she starts breaking down a little bit, and she's like, he reads my emails. He goes through my phone. He's very overprotective, and you can tell she didn't really want to talk about it. So I'm like, okay, there's more to it. What is going on here? She's like, when we go outside, I'm not allowed to walk with my head up. I can't make eye contact with other guys. I've been already abused a few times. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, he's hit me a few times and, bruised me pretty badly. It only happened twice. And I'm like, what do you mean only happened twice? Like, how are you going to sit there and let somebody put their hands on you? And, why wouldn't you tell me? And she's like, we're not together. Clearly, you have wanted nothing to do with me, and there's no reason for me to tell you what's going on in my life because you have nothing to do with it. And at this point, I'm upset. This is the mother of my child. This is a woman that I am married to. This is a woman that I've given my all to, and to find out that somebody is putting their hands on him, like just I'm not a violent person, but you want to, I have no respect for anybody that puts their hands on females. Never. Me and my wife has gotten in arguments. She has slapped me once. It only happened once, but she slapped me really hard one time. And on everything I felt like punching the living hell out of her. I felt like knocking her out because she flat out slapped me, and I had to stop myself. But I was so close to knocking her little ass out. But I know better. You never put your hands on a female. You never go on ahead and do that. And to find out that somebody's hitting her, I obviously wasn't happy about it. And she's like, don't say anything because if he finds out, then he's going to know I'm talking to you. And then, worse things could happen because we're not together. Basically, make a long story short, man, we've been talking about getting back together. And, every day we're kind of talking a little bit, which is kind of delaying my content because instead of recording games, I'm talking to her. But we're talking about getting back together, and which I'm excited. I flat out asked her, I really need to know the truth about this guy picking you up and stuff. Like, did anything go on? Did anything go wrong? Did you do anything you weren't supposed to do? Because we were supposed to be together at the time. And she told me, like, no, I love my husband. I would never do anything to hurt you. I would, you've been so good to me, and you never put your hands on me. You've never cheated on me. You've never disrespected me. I would never do that, to you. And I had a long time to think about it. I told her, I really need to think about it. And my heart just tells me that she's telling the truth. I believe her. I truly believe what it is she has to say. And as hard as it is, I think about everything. It's like, I believe her. Whether I'm a fool or not, I believe her. If I'm wrong and that is happened, I would not be with her. I would refuse to be with somebody who played me. But I take her word for it. And coming up in the next coming months, we're going to be finding a place. We were thinking about moving to Florida, but it's smarter to stay in Connecticut. But we're going to try and get ourselves a place out here, try to work it out again, and see where everything goes. So that's just an update. I wanted to let you guys know. I would love to know your guys' thoughts and comments. I know there's going to be some people, she's a hoe, she cheated on you, don't trust these hoes ain't loyal. I thought about it. I sat down and I thought about it, and I prayed on it, and I believe she's telling me the truth, and if she is lying, it'll come up one day or another. The truth will come out, but for right now, I believe her. And when I said this during the 24-hour stream, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I kind of wanted to keep it a secret because a lot of people are just gonna be like, "Yo, Jess, you're so stupid. How could you? She's using you." Blah 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 blah. And it was just awesome that everybody was supportive, and I really needed that at the time. So, I'm not asking everybody to be supportive, but some comments of pros and cons would definitely help me out. You guys have always been there for me, and I always feel like I can share anything with you guys. So I would definitely love to know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. That's just what's been happening with my life recently. Just wanted to let you guys know. Again, I apologize for the content, but every day we're kind of talking a little bit and trying to get things together, so it's kind of slowing down content, but we'll get it together for you guys, I promise. And if everything goes well, we'll be together soon in not a house, but we will rent a home. Again, something I'm be excited for. If I can rent out an entire house, it's not gonna be mine. But that is something I would still do a house tour around and things like that until we can save up and get our own home and things like that. So just wanted to let you guys know, man, what's been going on with my life, man. I would love to know your thoughts and opinion. Truly love you guys, man. Don't ever take that lightly. Don't think I say it just to say it, or I truly don't feel that way. Again, you guys have changed my life forever, and I will never forget what you guys have done for me, put me in the position you guys have put me in, and I truly love everything you guys have done for me, and I just only hope that I have somewhat of an impact the same way you guys have done on me. You guys have changed my life, and I just hope that when I put a video out, you guys enjoy it. That's all I hope. And we're gonna go on ahead and sign out before we get way too emotional. It's your boy GS. We're gonna be signing out. Peace.